Okay, hi everybody. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Nafula, and today we have a guest who's back from about 2 years ago, about a year or two ago. So we have him today because the results are coming out on Saturday. So today we want to ask him a few questions. I know a lot of you have multiple questions, and we're gonna do this video. I got a hold of him. That's what we go through as YouTubers to get you information. It's like 10 p.m. here, but I'm here doing a recording with Mr. EBM Scholars, who's very knowledgeable on TV lottery matters. So today he's going to be answering us a few questions, but to begin with, let's have him introduce himself and tell us what he
Yes.
does.
Yes, how are you?
I'm good. How are you? How have you been after a long time?
A lot of things, basically, but I'm doing fine so far, thankful. And I'm glad to be back to your channel.
It's my pleasure to have you back.
Yeah, so for those who do not know me, my name is Ernest Boniface Makulilo, and on the internet I go by EBM or EBM Scholars. I'm also a content creator on YouTube and other platforms, and I do some other things, writing books, I do consultations, and so many other things. Yeah, so
And
that's
what's
me.
your YouTube channel in case anybody
So basically the English one is called EBM Scholars, which is the English channel, and the Swahili one of the similar content or some sort of the same is EBM Swahili. So those are the two major ones.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure having you here. So let's get to it. The results are coming out and on May 3rd. How do you feel? Are you nervous? I know you didn't apply, but then you applied for so many people. Are you
Yeah,
nervous on their behalf?
I'm nervous as if I'm the one who applied just for myself, kind of that. So it's just the joy to see some people applying and win. So that's usually something I like it. But sometimes it's disappointing when you see some people you applied for them when they don't win. Or just like even you didn't apply, but they applied it with the intention and having the belief that they might be the winners. So sometimes that is something not good. Sometimes you want to see the feeling of other people in that particular area.
Yeah, and usually I tell people that a lot of people will not win. It's sad to say, I know it sounds harsh, but majority of the people don't win because 20 million people apply and we only have like 55,000 visas. So a lot of people will not win, but for those who will win, it's going to be a life-changing event for them and their families as well. What do we need to do? Like if somebody checks on May 3rd, and then they realize they won the DV lottery, what do they need to do at that point?
First and foremost, you are going to check the Dvlottery results to find out whether you have won the Dvlottery or you haven't. So when you check the results, there will
So
be
where let's go back a little bit. Where do they check the results?
So when you apply for the Dvlottery, you use the official website, which is www.dvprogram.state.gov. That is the official website, dvprogram.state.gov. Any website without the word .gov at the end is not the government website. So that's the website you use to apply is the same website you'll use it to check the results. And to check the results, you need the following things. Number one, you need your confirmation number. When you applied for the Dvlottery, you are given the confirmation number. So that's number one. There are 16 letters and numbers mixed together. It will start with the year of the fiscal year of the Dvlottery and followed by other letters and numbers. Make sure you don't mix them, but that's number one. Number two, you will need your last name. You might be surprised how many people do not know exactly what is their last name.
Exactly.
Yeah. But the simplest way, no matter how you wrote whatever, when you have the printed confirmation number or saved somewhere, the name before comma, that is your last name. So whether some people you put it by mistake, you're rearranging your first name, you put it as your last name, whatever it is, but the name you put it there, not put all the names, is just the name before comma. That is the name you're going to put there. Then from there, you're going to put the year of birth, and then there will be some authentication code generated on the screen. You put it there. You check the results. So the results will be either of the two. Your entry has been selected. So if you say your entry has been selected, it means you are the winner. So if you are the winner, number one, all results are out on one day. So don't tell me that I'll wait for the second selection next week. No, all results come on the same day. So even if you come to watch the results 10 days, 1 month later, the results, the winning letter, it will be still having the day of the results, which in this context will be May 3rd. It will be May 3rd. If it is May 5th, it will be May 5th. So that will be for everybody. Then, if you are the winner, when you say your entry has been selected, you will be able to see what we call the first notification letter. The first notification letter is simple, the winning letter. Is a PDF letter that you have won. So while you are excited, happy, before you reach the maximum level of happiness, don't be too happy. Go down at the bottom. You'll be able to see when they send your name, the country where you'll be doing the interview. They will put what we call the case number. That is the most important thing to look at if you are the winner, because it will be able to determine whether you will even be called for the interview or not to be called for the interview. We'll go into that in a minute, but you'll be able to look on that one. So that you are the winner. But what if you are not the winner? It will say the following things. Your entry has not been selected at this time. So people are getting confused when they say at this time. So what if I come tomorrow? I check, I find out I'm the winner. So that is another confusion for people. And there's obvious whether you are if you are the winner, whatever you want, they will tell you, don't lose your confirmation number. Keep looking until end of September, whatever the following fiscal year. Doesn't mean that you can come next 6 months later, the results will change. The results will never change. But they say keep that one just because that is after that September 30th, the following year, you cannot be able to access that one. So no matter what, you have to keep your confirmation number, whether if you were the winner, because you will still use the confirmation number to fill the visa form, the DSC 260.
Exactly.
So when they say
there's a time, I think there's a year where I think it only happened once, where there was a second selection where the results actually flipped because they selected very few people.
Yes.
So they ended up doing a second selection, but that is a rare thing that doesn't happen all the time.
Yeah. Nowadays, when they select between 120,000 to 150,000 each year.
Exactly. So and before it was like 50-something, 60-something thousand.
Yeah, so if the 55,000 visas, they selected 3 times, so they don't need to have second selection.
Exactly. And you know, the funny thing is, like, with the DV 2024, for the first time at Nairobi Embassy, they interviewed people who had over 100,000 case number. Like the three people that I'm hosting right now, their case numbers were over 100,000, which has never happened.
There are very few people it happens.
And then again, that's a rare case. It's a very rare case that it doesn't happen like that all the time. So now that you've told us, you know, how to get the results, how to check, how to, you know, where to find the case number and how to find the case number by checking your results. After you check, what is the first thing you need to do? So you won, you checked your case number. What next? What next?
Read that letter, the first notification letter, the winning letter. It will say the following things. Congratulations, you have been randomly selected for the DV fiscal year 2025 or 2026, whatever the year they tell you, blah, blah, blah. The following sentence after that is the most crucial sentence. Winning the diversity visa lottery or being selected does not mean that you have been given the visa. That's the first sentence. The number of winners is higher than the number of visas available. They tell you that. The third sentence after that, in order to increase your chances of getting the visa, go back and read the instructions for the diversity visa so that you can fill the visa form properly in order to increase your chances. Because you can go to the visa interview, they can deny you the visa. It's not a guarantee. It's not a slam dunk. You won, you go to the visa. So that's the 3 important things you have to notice that. So if you read that sentence, then number one, what not to do first, don't take their post on social media. This is the winning letter. If I approach a girl, some people, it happens, you just try to talk to one girl and say, oh, no, I don't like you, whatever. So, okay, don't worry. Now I'm American. You are not American yet. Just
They're like, now I'm American. You need to address me as an American.
So
Yeah.
yes, be happy, but don't start talking too much. Don't disrespect people. Don't quit the job.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a long process.
And it's important people understand the mental health that comes with it. Like there's a mental component that people who do not win, especially those people who apply the first time, there's people who have applied for 10 years, they check, they've never won, that they just like, adjusted. They know like, okay, maybe we might not win. But usually the people who don't win the first try, like I have a girl who's DV 2023, she applied, she won, her number was 35,000 in Kenya. And then her interview was scheduled in September 7th, and that was DV 2023. And you know what happened? Like they canceled those interviews. That girl, like, never recovered from that. She went into depression. She went into medication. She quit her job. She quit school. Like it really took a mental toll on her. And that's why it's important that I tell everybody that just be open-minded. Just know you applied, but winning is not a guarantee. It's very hard to win.
And even if you win, don't start craziness. But another thing, usually tell people, I don't care unless otherwise. In October comes there, you have already done the interview and you have the visa. You don't have the visa on hand, apply again the green card lottery.
Exactly.
And I'll give the example of one lady in Ohio. Is a Kenyan lady. That lady applied for the lottery, won the lottery. Still, we talk about these kind of things. She applied again, just in case. Guess what? It was 2020. COVID came. Everything just stopped in immigration.
Wow.
But the results when it came out,
and she won.
She won again.
Exactly.
That's how it is. So you never know what is going to happen. There is another family, Tanzanians. This is the better that one. Like that, okay, they cancel whatever. This one, Tanzanian husband and wife. The husband won. They process everything. They got the visa interview. They have done the medical. Donald J. Trump put the travel ban for Tanzania back in that year.
Yeah, I remember that year.
It was 3 weeks before interview. Travel ban starts.
Damn.
Then it was over. But they applied again because I told you don't have the visa on hand, just apply. Because God wanted them to come to America. Guess what? Now, husband and wife both won the lottery. Wow. So they live like in nearby Kansas City. So
yeah, that's why it's important. Like even in my groups, I tell people, everybody who's in that group who won the green card lottery, I'm like, it's October, November. Make sure you apply again because you never know. The green card,
you don't have visa on hand. Anything can happen.
Exactly.
It can happen when you are country. The embassy cannot do visas. You never know. So just apply again. You don't have the visa yet. People are after winning. The next step is to fill the visa form. But don't rush to fill the visa form. Make sure, first of all, you have everything needed for the visa form. Number one of the things which is needed is which residential address you are going to stay in America. The keyword I say residential. Because some people, they can just, let them go to the internet, I can check even the address of the hotel or the Walmart, whatever, you can put the address there of Walmart. But it has to be a residential address.
Exactly.
Because that address is where they're going to send what? The green card.
Yeah, and your social security number too.
Yes. The US government is very, very slow, more than people can think about. So even if you arrive in America, you are supposed to change, you change the address online when you are going to pay for the green card. This is the immigration doesn't
to your other host. Yeah, exactly.
So if you put to the Walmart, guess what? You lost it.
Yeah.
But apart from that, at the US Embassy, if they detect you put the business address, not a residential address, they can deny you the visa. Or if they don't deny you, they will tell you, find a host, show the evidence that person has agreed. Because we cannot give you the visa to go to be homeless in America. So the biggest thing is to find a host. Yes, you can start filling the form, but don't submit. Don't rush to submit. I see some people, they go to rush to submit, and after 2 days, they watch the video, they come to, let me ask you to unlock. All the time no. Don't rush. Make sure, first of all, you have that one. If you don't have the passport, you cannot get the visa on your hand. You need to have the passport. If you are married or you have children, you might have the passport. Your kids don't have the passport. Make sure all of them, they have passport. Another thing is that way, especially for people who don't have high school education. Don't rush.
That's a big thing. That's a big thing. I have literally 2 weeks ago, a lady from Ghana that I was gonna host. She went to the interview and did not have high school, but she didn't tell me about it. I wasn't she found me at a later stage, so I didn't advise her before. So she went to the interview. She did not have high school education. They denied her a visa, but she could have applied using work experience. But then she found an agent online who advised her, no, just go like that. And she was denied a visa for that. Literally, she would have just used work experience. Her work.
That's what I say. Don't run. Please reach to people. We have done this over and over. Just asking for consult. Do whatever it is, but don't listen to someone who doesn't know certain things. I usually tell people, in order to get advice from a person with two main qualifications. One, knows the subject matter. Two, has no bad intentions, has a good will for you to succeed.
Exactly.
Because if I go to my mother and ask my mother, I want to do PhD, my mother, because loves me, will say, oh, that's a good idea, just go. But doesn't know the PhD. But the proper person will be my sister or my brothers who have PhD, and they love me, they want me to succeed. Exactly. So they'll give me a proper advice. So not everybody, just because someone has been on visiting visa twice and been denied, is giving you advice of the immigrant visa, green card. Please, just sometimes take extra to learn, just listen to the videos or whatever you want. Find the people who know.
Do your own research. Is important. You do your listen to those people, but do your own research as well.
Exactly. So that is something else people should understand. Don't rush. Take your time. Whatever review, those kind of things, will be able to do that way. Okay. Another thing, again, after winning, for those people who have lived in other countries for more than 6 months and whatever and above, make sure you are going to get the police clearance from those countries first before you feel, because you'll go to the US embassy, they will not give you the visa. They're not deny you. They say, go and get it.
Exactly.
What if,
there's some people, now that you bring it up, there's some people who said, okay, I'm going to just get a new passport that does not have a visa for those countries, and then just go with the new passport. But then they don't realize, at the US embassy, you
sharing
your old passport plus the new passport.
Depends, some of the countries, they share that information, which country were there. So you said you have never been to this country, and guess what? Germany shared the information.
Yep.
Someone said, have you ever applied to visa to any country before Western world? You say no. And the US embassy in Dar es Salaam, they deny you, say you applied the US visa in Canada and you were denied the visa. So you are not truthful. How do they know? They share certain information.
And US does not like when you lie. When you lie on your interview, that's grounds for
that. Is because some countries, to get the police clearance takes longer. Or some countries, you have to go to their embassy to do the fingerprint. Some countries, they say no, you have to go back to that country and get it. So there are so many other processes you have to make sure that you know.
Saudi Arabia is one of those where you have to physically go there to get.
I remember Juma went back.
Yeah, he had to go back. They say, okay, we can't give you a visa. You have to get this police clearance. So he had to find a way to go back to Saudi Arabia.
Even now, there's a person on Thursday was given the visa, studied bachelor in Ukraine. No, it did in Russia or Ukraine, one of those countries. So I feel that is the first thing. I don't care whatever. Stop everything, get that, show me you have police clearance from that country. The good thing that you go to the embassy, they can communicate, or someone is going there because he came legally as international student, so they have fingerprint. At the time, you didn't have a problem, so they send the police clearance. Then we continue with other process. Because if you don't have that one, I've never lived to any other country. Your bachelor is from that country, so how you didn't, you see? So sometimes those are just try to be as open as possible, truthful or whatever, put the information correct, that kind of things. You have to do a research in your country, the embassy, US embassy. Does it require a person to have affidavit of support, or doesn't require to have affidavit of support? For those who do not know, affidavit of support is a document the person who's supposed to fill must be a green card holder or a US citizen with a certain amount of income per year. So it's not something you can just go, like I got even email 2 days, whatever, 3 days ago. So I do not even know you, just email. IBM, can you please, I'm here in this country.
I get a lot of, I have.
Can you send me your affidavit support? Yeah. I don't know you. Like that is the first thing.
Personal information, you know.
There are so many personal information. So that is the first thing you need to know at the beginning. You find that thing you can find even for 5 months without getting someone sometimes. So that should be like you. Okay, in my embassy, does it require? If yes, let me work from the beginning to find. Yes, they need on the interview date, but prepare it, because you will never be given the visa in that country if you don't have the affidavit support, and if they require affidavit support in that particular country.
And then for like some people who are in the US, some people want to give affidavit of support and they don't know what it is. So it's your duty as a DV lottery winner. Research and know what this document is, what you need, like tax transcripts and all that. Research all that. So when you approach somebody in the US, you just don't throw like, okay, can you give me supporting documents? You tell them, this is the form that I need done, and these are the supporting documents that you need to send me.
Because not everybody in the US knows immigration like we know. So people think that, like, if I ask any person, if he's immigrant, we'll know what you're talking about. Someone came here, maybe just got married, or just came here as a student, whatever the company filed and proper support everything, doesn't know anything about whatever. It's just like me. I do not know about microbiology because I don't invest in that particular area to know. So not everybody knows about immigration. So you can ask, oh, give me this one. The person doesn't. The person can accept, but once you find out what I'm going to give you, say, oh no, I'm changing my mind. So
and you know the sad part, they don't even tell you they changed their mind. They just keep you waiting and turn off their phone. They don't answer your calls anymore. Now you're stuck. You're like,
that case, the person like, what should I do now? I'm going to the interview this day, and the person say, don't even come to my house. So
yeah, so
that is something.
That's support, like that's next to like. Without it, you're not gonna get a visa. That's like if your embassy needs it. If without it, don't think you'll go around it. There's no way around it. And in Africa, some people they say like, okay, we can use bank statements.
No,
but like they don't realize like in Africa, there's no much income that you can be making that is gonna support you in America.
Apart from that, the purpose of the affidavit of support is not about you. You have 10 millions. No, they want assurance from American citizen or green card holder. Not international student who is in the US, not a person who's in H1B, even if he's making 200,000. No, they don't care.
Because guess what? A president can wake up today and said, I'm canceling all the H1 student visas and all that. And then now you're stuck with nobody to live with because now they're getting deported. So that's why they need like somebody who's here permanently, like a legal permanent resident or a US citizen.
Yeah, so those are the things like to pay on that one. Another thing, which I can say right after winning, continue your life as if you didn't win. What does that mean? It means if you are applying for school, you are applying for scholarship, master's, PhD, still apply. If you are working, keep working.
Keep doing whatever
you're taking some certification course, continue. If you're doing business, do the business as if I'm not going.
Don't sell your land. Don't sell your property.
Yeah, because first of all, the process is from winning until the interview is 6 months to 8 months. Most of the people, until you come, it can take even a year. So that's number one, the longer process. Number two, assume you are married. The winner is the wife. If the person dies, you are not coming to America.
Yeah, because the principal applicant has to be there at the interview with you. So protect the principal applicant at all costs. Don't let anything happen to the principal applicant.
Don't get into the border. Don't get craziness. So those so there are certain things like apart from like paying attention to that one, like you say, there are changes can happen. You might not be getting the visa, but if you decided to sell everything before even you have the visa on hand, you might go crazy. So continue your life as if you didn't win. Meaning, let's say if something comes up, by whatever reason you are not called for the interview, but you already applied for PhD, if you have a master's degree, you can still come as an international student. So don't stop your plan. I don't know, in I will put it the English saying and I'll translate it in Swahili. They say a crow on hand is better than a pigeon the pigeon which is still in the bushes over there. Kwamba kunguru aliye mkononi ni bora kulikoni njiwa aliye polini. That means a crow is a bird we don't like. It's not having any much of the value. But maybe a pigeon, that the pigeon, whatever the other type of birds, whatever you might like, is in the street there somewhere there, but you don't own that pigeon. So for that case,
you'd rather value whatever you have at that point.
Yes, promise to go to America is bigger. We know it's attractive, wherever you want the DV lottery, but still you have a job. It's very important to keep what you have at the moment first. Secure what you have. Don't quit. Don't go crazy. You are going there and your boss is saying something, you go there ballistic and you just cast with your boss, disrespecting, and guess what? The next day you are going to the interview, you are denied the visa. Guess what? You come, well, you know, I was just joking.
Just kidding. So continue doing whatever you're doing until you have your visa in hand.
But I want to add another component. What if you don't win?
That's what a lot of people are gonna face. What if
the reality is that I usually tell people, after applying the DV lottery, prepare your mind. I didn't win. I'm not going to win the DV lottery, but I have a chance of winning. Meaning, as I said, you are a student, go study. You are working. Whatever you do whatever it is. You have a business, register business with the revenue authority, whatever it is. Have a tax clearance, all the things you need to have. Continue with your life. Continue. If you don't win, meaning look on your professional profile. What do you have in your resume will correspond to what type of visa. Because after the results, if someone doesn't win, they'll come to you. Nafula, I have a passport here. So what is the easiest visa to come to America?
Exactly.
There's no easiest. If you want to go to heaven, you have to die. There's no easiest way. If you want to go to get the visa, there is a process, and each visa has its specifics. Like if you want to student, these are requirements. You want to go for a work, these are documents and requirements. Every visa has its own. So look at yourself. Which qualification do you have? Which one can you apply? So, but some people, they put all eggs in just a lottery.
The lottery. And you know, like I tell a lot of people, because a lot of people think I won the green card lottery when I was in Africa. I didn't. I came to America on a student visa, J1 exchange visa. In America, I came as a student and I applied for the green card while I was here, and then I won. So that's what I'm saying. Like maybe sometimes your destiny is just to come as a student and then figure your way out here. So you'll be applying for DV lottery for years and years and years and not winning.
I didn't win at all.
About other avenue. You won't think like, okay, maybe I can go as a visitor. I can go as a work visa. I can go on a student visa. Like you're not thinking about that because you're so focused on this one thing, which is the DV lottery.
And another thing I add on that, you can apply for the visa. We call non-immigrant visiting, tourist conference, whatever. You must be denied. But remember, the good thing is they are not going to beat you because they deny you the visa. There is no punishment because you have been denied the visa.
Just lose a little bit of money, but then it's just like betting, you know?
Yes. But meaning you have still another chance to apply. Being there in person is different from stories we told you about what will happen. You have experience, you have something, you can improve your profile, you can go another year or another time to apply. So don't fear to apply. I don't say just go without any preparation, without documents. Prepare good competitive application. If you don't win, don't get the visa, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. That's why you need to continue with your life. Then another year, if you want, you can go again, or after a certain month, you have to go. You can do that. So the life should continue.
Exactly.
As if you didn't win. Whether you won Whether you didn't win, you still have to continue with your life. Myself, I applied while I was in Africa, just like you. I came with J1 again as a Fulbright scholar. I didn't even win. I applied here a couple of times. I got a green card through marriage.
Exactly. So there's so many ways to get through green card through other avenues other than the DV lottery.
Now you have 5 million. If you have $5 million, you can get.
Unless you're a drug dealer or a trafficker or something.
I have 5 million to get a card. No way. I can
if I had $5 million in Africa,
man.
I will not want to come to America.
I have so much stuff over there.
Over there, you will buy land. You just have all these maids. You have all this good life, driving cars, not paying taxes and stuff.
They target the people in Dubai, maybe,
to come pay taxes here.
So life should continue, and you should never stop applying just because you applied 3 times you didn't win. There is one guy, one of the lottery was last year or the year before. He made a comment, but also I was live. I put it on live. He applied 14 times. The 15th time is the year he won.
Which means it's 14 years of applying. And
there's
then
a guy in Rwanda. I was in Rwanda. I met him and even interviewed him. That guy, each year he helps his friends to apply. Each year the person is applying for them. They are winning. He has never won for 9 years. His 10th year is when he won. So all his friends he helped to apply and won the DV lottery. Everyone said, come here, you stay on my house. Ticket they pay for because you are a good person. You didn't lose hope. So whether you apply, you are not going to be the winner, should not stop you to apply, because the chance of losing, chance of not winning by not applying is 100%. You are not winning.
Yep.
If you don't apply, you already lost.
You have to be in it to win it.
If you apply, you have equal chance of winning or not winning. Another person is going to apply.
And the application is free. You have nothing to lose.
What are you losing?
You have nothing.
You have nothing to lose. Even if you go to student take a picture, how many times you put the bundle of internet to use on your phone and just to watch to hear gossip of some people?
Yeah,
we know that. So
to go TikTok. So it's important. Like even if you don't win, make sure you apply again. Keep applying until you win. If not, maybe you might come with a different visa. Don't stop at just the DV lottery. Look at other avenues of coming to America. What are the mistakes throughout the years that you've seen? Like, okay, this is a mistake that made somebody be denied a visa, a DV lottery visa. What are those mistakes?
We are going back to the sentence where they say, being selected does not mean that is automatically going to get the green card.